It's December 31st. The countdown begins. 10, 9, 8. The air buzzes with excitement and possibility. As the clock strikes midnight, you promise yourself, this year is going to be different. You envision a version of yourself that's fitter, wealthier, and happier. You picture conquering your fears, crushing your goals, and living the life you've always dreamed of. But let me hit you with a hard truth. By mid-February, 80% of people have already abandoned their New Year's resolutions. By the end of the year, only 10% succeed. Why? Is it because people lack willpower? Are they setting unrealistic goals? Or is it because the system we're taught about goal setting is fundamentally flawed? Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the real reasons why 90% of people fail, and more importantly, how you can be part of the 10% who don't just dream big, but actually make it happen. But here's the kicker. Every failed resolution isn't just a missed opportunity. It's a year of unrealized potential, a step further from the life you're capable of living. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why most people fail, but also have a proven, step-by-step roadmap to make 2024 the year you finally break the cycle. Let's dive in. Point 1. The illusion of a fresh start. Here's the first trap. Believing that January 1st holds some magical power to transform your life. Think about it. The clock strikes midnight, and suddenly, we expect ourselves to become entirely new people. But the truth is, the calendar might change, but your habits, fears, and routines don't. This fresh start illusion makes us feel like we can press a reset button. But life doesn't work like that. If you don't address the root causes, like procrastination, fear of failure, or lack of discipline, you're just carrying last year's baggage into the new year. Here's an analogy. Imagine trying to build a mansion on a shaky foundation. It doesn't matter how grand your vision is. If the base is weak, the whole structure will collapse. Point 2. Overwhelming goals. The second pitfall: setting goals that are too ambitious. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Aren't big goals supposed to motivate us? Well, not exactly. When your goals feel overwhelming, your brain shifts into panic mode. Picture this. You commit to losing 30 pounds, so you decide to work out 6 days a week, give up sugar, and completely change your diet overnight. For the first week, you're pumped. But by the second week, life happens. You're tired, stressed, and suddenly that goal feels impossible. It's not because you're lazy or undisciplined. It's because change, especially big change, is hard. The key isn't to go all in. It's to start small and build momentum. Point 3. Relying on motivation. Let me ask you this. How often have you started something new, feeling super motivated, only to lose steam a few weeks later? That's the problem with motivation. It's unreliable. It's great for getting started, but terrible for staying consistent. Motivation is like fireworks. It's flashy and exciting, but it fizzles out quickly. What you need instead is discipline. Discipline is what gets you to the gym when you don't feel like it, or stops you from splurging on that unnecessary expense when you're tempted. Building discipline isn't glamorous, but it's what separates the 10% who succeed from the 90% who don't. Point 4. Lack of a clear why. Here's another big one. People fail because their goals lack depth. Think about your own resolutions. Why do you want to achieve them? If your answer is vague, like, I want to be healthier, or I want to save money, it's not enough. Your why needs to be crystal clear and emotionally charged. For example, instead of, I want to be healthier, say, I want to lose 20 pounds so I can have the energy to play with my kids. Instead of, I want to save money, say, I want to save $5,000 so I can quit my job and start my own business. When your why is powerful, it becomes your anchor. It keeps you grounded when things get tough. Point 5. Focus on tiny wins. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you set a massive goal, only to feel paralyzed by how overwhelming it seemed? It's like standing at the base of a mountain, staring up at the peak. The climb feels impossible. That's where the power of tiny wins comes in. Tiny wins are small, achievable milestones that build momentum. Here's why they work. When you achieve something small, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This creates a positive feedback loop. You start to believe, I can do this. And that belief is what drives real, lasting change. Take finances, for example. Let's say your goal is to save $10,000 this year. Instead of focusing on the huge number, start with saving $5 a day. That's just the cost of a coffee. At the end of the month, you'll have $150. And here's the thing. Once you see that $150 in your account, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment. You'll be motivated to keep going. Another example, if you want to get fit, don't commit to an hour-long workout right away. Start with 10 minutes. Do a few push-ups, take a brisk walk, or stretch for a bit. What matters isn't the size of the step, it's the act of stepping forward. The magic of tiny wins is that they're manageable. They don't trigger that overwhelming fight-or-flight response. Instead, they build confidence. And confidence is the foundation for bigger victories. Here's the key takeaway. Stop looking at the top of the mountain. Focus on the next step. One step today, another tomorrow. And before you know it, you'll have climbed higher than you ever thought possible. Point 6. Build systems, not goals. Here's a radical truth. Goals alone won't get you where you want to go. Let me explain. Goals are the destination. They tell you where you want to end up. But systems are the vehicle that gets you there. If your systems are broken or non-existent, your goals will remain dreams. Think about this analogy. Imagine you're trying to drive from New York to Los Angeles. Your goal is clear, LA. But if your car is out of gas, your tires are flat, and you have no map, you're not getting there, no matter how badly you want to. This is where systems come in. A system is a repeatable process or habit that makes progress automatic. Here's a financial example. Instead of setting a vague goal like, I want to save more money, create a system. Automate a portion of your paycheck to go straight into a savings account. That way, you don't have to rely on willpower or remember to do it. For fitness, instead of saying, I'll work out 3 times a week, create a system where you lay out your gym clothes the night before and schedule workouts into your calendar, like appointments. Systems are powerful because they remove the guesswork. They turn your goals into inevitable outcomes. Ask yourself this: what systems can you put in place today to make success inevitable tomorrow? Point 7. Accountability changes everything. Let's face it, we're all good at making excuses when no one's watching. You skip the gym, thinking, I'll go tomorrow. You blow your budget on takeout, telling yourself, it's just one meal. That's where accountability comes in. Accountability is the secret weapon that keeps you honest, even when you don't feel like showing up. Here's a relatable story. Imagine you're training for a marathon. If you're doing it alone, it's easy to skip a run when it's raining or when you're tired. But if you've told a friend, or better yet, signed up for a training group, you're far less likely to skip. Why? Because someone is counting on you. Accountability isn't just about pressure. It's about support. It's about having someone in your corner who believes in you, even on the days when you don't believe in yourself. Ways to build accountability. Find a buddy. Share your goals with a friend or family member who can check in on your progress. Hire a coach. Whether it's a fitness trainer, financial advisor, or life coach, having an expert to guide and push you can be a game changer. Join a community. Surround yourself with like-minded people who are chasing similar goals. Their success will inspire you, and their support will keep you going. Remember, accountability isn't about guilt, it's about growth. Who can you enlist to hold you accountable for your goals? Now, picture this. It's December 31st, 2024. You're looking back on the year, and instead of regret, you feel pride. You didn't just set resolutions, you achieved them. What changed? You did. You stopped relying on motivation, built systems, and embraced progress over perfection. If you're ready to take the next step, don't stop here. Watch my next video, How to Build Mental Toughness and Resilience. It's packed with strategies to help you overcome setbacks and achieve your biggest goals. Click on the video on your screen now, and let's make 2024 the year you finally unlock your potential.